Alright guys, I'm just walking through back alley in Sheffield, off to get my Epson 2850. So I'll be printing some labels today and I'll show you the results soon. Alright, I made it home guys. This is the Epson EcoTank ET-2850 and I'm going to unbox it in a minute, but I just wanted to show you the picture. It's a pretty big printer, as you can see, and it uses these refillable ink bottles instead of cartridges. So the idea is you save money on ink, and we'll see how that plays out. All right, I'm gonna have a quick cup of tea, unbox this, and then I'll show you some labels later on today. See you soon. Initialization complete. Okay, done. Alright, so this is Avery glossy paper, and I'm printing in the best quality, hence why it's coming out quite slowly, and the quality is really good. You can see the text is really smooth. And easy to read. The icons come out in good detail. And it's also perfectly aligned as well. So I'm really happy with the results here. Let me try and get you some light. All right. There we go. Everything is in line. Can't see any errors. Can't see any smudges or smears. There's no breaks or lines in any of the images or text. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. Just thought I'd show you I'm living in this really tiny box apartment at the minute. So I don't really have the best setup. The last apartment I was living in, the landlord decided to sell the property, so I had to move out really quick. I'm just living in this temporary accommodation because it's quite cheap, or very cheap actually, hence why it's so small and not very decorative. But I just wanted to let you know that even if you're living in a tiny little room like this, you can still make candles. So don't worry, there's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. You don't need a massive space. I thought you did. In fact, I moved to my last apartment because it had loads of space and had a really good set out for making candles. But I didn't really get anywhere with making loads of sales, so I didn't even need that space at that point in time. So what I've learned is that you just use the space you've got until you start generating sales, and it's at that point when your sales start picking up, that's when it might be time to consider getting a better space or a bigger space. So yeah, a little tip to save money is just do candles wherever you are now. Keep your bills and rent as cheap as possible, and save up money or use money to actually focus on your branding, your designs, and get some money saved up for advertising, because you're going to need money for advertising. There's no really... well, you don't necessarily need money for advertising if you sell to your friends and colleagues, but it's going to be a lot slower to get that organic growth. And for me, I've decided I'd rather do everything online anyway. I don't really want to have a shop or go to... I might test like events and craft sales, but I don't really want to get into the rhythm of having to do that. I'd rather just keep everything online so I can just be my own boss from working from home. So for that, you're definitely going to need advertising money. So that is the little golden nugget of today. There we have it. Dark Honey Elegance. And the label takes up pretty much most of the front of the candle. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think that looks very professional. I think I'll leave the lid blank. In the past, I've always put labels on my lids, but I don't want to overdo it. I think it's nice to have that natural contrast of the beech wooden lid, beech effect. If you've got any questions about the printer or my labels, how I design them, Canva, Avery, anything like that, then let me know. Alright guys, so this is another printout. I've decided to actually put smaller labels on the front of my jars because I just feel that this is a bit over the top, and I want it to be a bit more minimal. And although it's elegant, I think elegance and minimalism do go hand in hand. So I'm going to keep this label for the box, and then these smaller labels for the jar. Just wanted to show the quality of the print. It's really good. The colours do come out slightly different to how they appear on the computer though, so you might need to tweak the colours a little bit, but for me, I'm not too fussed. I think they look okay, so I'm just going to keep them as they are. Just to mention as well, this printout, you can see there's some ink on the bottom of the page and on the top as well, just on the edge. But I'm going to put this down to the paper being curled. It's a bit tricky to see on this one actually. Yeah, you can see it there. It curls at the edge. So I've got a feeling the fact that it's curled has caused the ink. So I'm hoping it's more an issue with the paper as opposed to the printer. But the good news is nothing is smudged on the labels, so that's really all that matters. I'll just try and get you a better shot under the light. So this is also Avery paper, glossy, a few different colours. And all the labels are within the boundary lines as well. Once again, I didn't need to make any adjustments to the alignment on the Avery website. So yeah, really pleased with the results. There we go guys, so just wanted to give you a side by side with the jar and the box. So as I mentioned, the jar now has a simplified, more minimalistic label, and the box is much more detailed, so just gives it a nice contrast. And yeah, when the box is put aside, if you just imagine that's a candle, it's not actually a candle yet, nothing in it. But if that's burning, and from a distance, you can just appreciate the look of the jar. You can see more of the black jar now, which is nice. And I think it just makes it a bit more complimentary to someone's home. And the box people would probably just put on a shelf or in the bin. And this will just keep the candle looking very elegant with the simple label. So yeah, hope you like it. I'm going to keep the back of the label, obviously this wouldn't be here, but I'm going to keep the back of the label completely blank, so it really keeps it minimalistic. And I'll put the CLP label on the bottom. I'm going to keep the lid blank as well. Previously I was putting logos on the lid, but I do actually feel the labels on a wooden lid look a bit tacky. If you're using tins, I do think labels on the tin lids look brilliant, but yeah, just not so much on the wooden lids. That's just my personal opinion. I'm going to put a logo on the top and I'm going to put some more information on the back, and I might do that in this video. If not, I'll show you those in a future video. But this is just to give you an idea of basically how this printer performs. So yeah, I'm, as I say, really pleased with the results so far, and I'll keep you updated on any future information that might be helpful. So yeah, let me know what you think. Do you like the labels? And if you've got any questions about the labels or printer or anything in general, do let me know. So I was trying to find a label to put on the top, but I couldn't find any square labels that are the right size. I'll just test some circle labels. Just wanted to show you how good the alignment is. Honestly, before I had this printer, the previous printer I used, I would always have major alignment issues. Even if sometimes I'd get the top labels aligned, as it went down, they'd just become less and less aligned. It was an absolute nightmare. But you can see all of these are just perfectly aligned. The top 6 are actually a bit smaller. I made these ones a bit bigger just to test the sizes, but yeah, they're just perfect. They're all within the boundary lines. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the printer, not just for the color and the print quality, but the major difference for me is the alignment. The alignment on this printer for Avery labels is bang on. So yeah, let's see how this label looks on the box. Alright, so I don't think I like it because the square or the rectangle and the circle just clashes. I don't know, I'm going to think about it. Let's see the circle label on the lid. Do you know what, guys? I actually think that looks pretty good with the glossy label on the lid. I've had wooden lids in the past where the glossy label didn't look too good, but this wooden lid is actually a bit smoother than what I've used previously, so it doesn't actually look as bad. And I think it makes the candle look more complete, perhaps. I'm going to mull over it. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the lid label, but obviously the round labels look better on a round lid. But there we have it. St. Nicholas logo. St. Nicholas logo again. Scent name, Dark Honey Elegance, and the rest, well, this will be blank, so just pretend this one's not here. And then the CLP label on the bottom. The candle care instructions, I think I'm going to put those inside the box. So when you open this, one second. Yeah, I think I'm going to put them on here. That way it's just more discreet, and I can put my brand story and maybe more information about the scent on the back as well. What I like as well is when you open the box, boom, St. Nicholas. So it's quite actually nice to have that logo on the lid. So yeah, I think I've changed my mind, and I think I will put the logo on the lid. Candle care instructions here. Brand story on the back. Top of the lid, left blank. All right, that's going to be my plan. Obviously, your plans are subject to change, but yeah. There we go, guys. That's it for now. I'm going to wrap this video up. Have a great weekend, and I'll hopefully post another video soon. If you want to check out my website, it's in development. It's stnicholas.co.uk. I'm not selling candles on there yet. I'm still developing my brand and my labels, and I still need to make loads of candles before I start advertising. But let me know how your journey's going, and if I can help in any way, drop me a comment and I'll reply as soon as I can. All right, take care.